What's up, everybody? It's your boy Raf 204 with
Hey,
what's going on, y'all? What's going on? And we're back with another video, and this one's gonna be a nice little, a good one. Let's just say a very good one. We're gonna do our top
ego
five.
stroke.
What? We're gonna do our
Ego.
we're gonna do our top five games of all time. I'm gonna go. He's gonna go. Uh, V's gonna have very interesting games. I saw your list, man. You're a
Not
weirdo.
the console games, basically. No
You're a
console games
weirdo.
in my list,
Oh yeah, yeah. All right. Yeah, yeah.
except
Yeah,
one.
but yet you played console games before you played PC games. Am I right?
Yeah,
Okay
I
then.
kind of
There
have
you
no other
go.
choice.
You had no choice cuz PC games weren't there at that time, buddy. That's why. So,
Well, you're gonna see,
all
buddy.
right. All right. Um oh man, I forgot to put on the music, man. All right. Music is back on. All right. So, um I'm going to go first, V. Okay,
Yeah,
so
work.
my top five, it's well, number five for me is Red Dead Redemption. I put one and two together. I do like one better than two. I don't know if you've ever played them before. um I just find, I don't know, I find one more like nostalgic for me. I don't know, I really enjoy that game a lot. I played a lot of it, especially the Nightmare. It was like a new thing for us when we were growing up, playing GTA. And then like all of a sudden Rockstar, that used to make games besides GTA, um, made Red Dead Redemption, which was like a basically like a Red Dead, like if people don't know by now, it's like a GTA but with, in the West, like cowboys and all that stuff. But I would put one over two. I love two. I bought it like two times. I even have the big box thing, the collector's edition for PS4. So I love two. I bought recently, a couple of years ago. I bought Red Dead One again with the whole package deal because I traded it in when I was younger, and I wanted it in my collection, so physically. So I got that. But yeah, Red Dead was and still is an amazing game. And if anybody is playing online, I play online all the time. Um, it's amazing. I want to buy it for PC, but the thing is that PC, it's like you have to start all over again. It's not no cross progression or cross play with people on console. So I'm like, I did so much on the online and have a lot accomplished there that I don't want to do it again. If ever my friends want to play again online, we sometimes get that itch that we want to go back to playing Red Dead. I'll just pay the $10 on PlayStation and jump right in with them. But yep, that's my number five. I would say Red Dead 1 and 2. So, what do you think about Red Dead?
Well, I think it's right as you said. It's a GTA in a Western setting, and
Yeah,
it summarizes that. But honestly, well, to me, it doesn't look appealing really like that because I understand where it's going, for and how and the appeal for it, but the world of that game really looks to me a little dead
no
for
man,
for
dude, you're gonna like. I swear to God, I would. Matter of fact, I would buy this game again if you would join me on PC, and I'll start from scratch with you, just to have something to play because this game is so good. It's trust me, man. You're not gonna, especially you that you like uh GTA a lot, so you'll love this, man. Red Dead Online. We don't even have to play the campaign. Just Red Dead Online, because the campaign is solo. So, bro, it's amazing. Trust me. Looting, shooting,
no. I'm
raiding.
not. I'm not saying it's bad, and actually, I do fucking believe all the claims that it's one of the fucking probably greatest games ever made besides fucking GTA itself. And but it's just yeah, it's just another big game that that I have to get into it and
And you will if you do. You will, bro.
yeah, yes, and I'm not really looking you know, for that, at least for now.
All right. That's my number 5. Hopefully, I can convince V to get the game so we can go and jump in there and play online. At least the online version is only $10, I think, for right now. It's on sale, and we just start from online and we just play whatever. But it's up to you. But yeah, let's move on to V's top 5. Number 5 for V.
Yeah, guess what my number 5 is? The OG one,
Oh
actually.
my God.
None of this, all different colors. I like those colors besides the others. This is the OG shit. This is GTA, right? So I say the same dev, right, or whatever, but it's just and it's the GTA 5, right? How many records have it broke? It's
Yeah, whatever.
it's objectively just fucking great. One of the greatest games ever made.
Yeah, whatever. Like,
And and sure, we're all big fans, especially you for fucking. Even though I don't understand, the old games. I'm a big fan of San Andreas. Played probably San Andreas more than most of the fucking games I ever played. Period.
why didn't you
Not
pick
even
San Andreas as your number 5?
because it's an old game.
So
And,
what? I pick old game. So
well,
what?
I
Old
did
game,
pick two.
and one of our videos is gonna be our old games versus new games, and old games will win 9 times out of 10. So you know that.
Well, guess what? Who's gonna be arguing against you? This guy.
And played more.
Actually, well, fucking, I honestly played probably more old games there than than the new games also, But
Yeah.
I still, whatever. There's a certain places for both. I suppose. I guess we'll leave the discussion for that discussion for that video. But in this case, yeah. It's just the latest and greatest, basically a pinnacle of a fucking genre, a pinnacle of a series, and fucking what can you say? It's made by Rockstar, who, every game that they made, past probably.
That's my game right
after,
there. That's my game.
After GTA 4, probably maybe even after GTA 3,
Oof.
was just it's just a hit after hit, and not only for the reasons it's just a good games. It's just proportionate to the amount of time they spend making that game. Like I'm sure there's a good statistic for that, but I'm sure that they spend most of the most time per game in industry, like period. That no one in the industry spends so much time for a single game like Rockstar did, and the it doesn't necessarily say anything, but just for a fact that they spend so much time on a single game, there's just so many details, so many things to do, so many ways, so many care to put in a game, and it shows. And fucking and GTA 5 also, right. My argument is that it have one of the greatest, not probably not the greatest stories of itself, but the way it's presented in a game form with the 3 different characters. It's quite revolutionary, dare I say, at least in the mainstream, to have those to play around with the character development like that, and storytelling, which is quite an interesting fact in it of itself. Yes.
Yeah.
And with that said, yes, fucking obviously, but I guess this is also a last spot for me, so I'm kind of was divided which game to put, really. And it's not necessarily those games, all the top 10, top 5, top 5 games, they all kind of they're all great games, and it's not necessarily one is better than the other. It's just five one greatest games, for personally, right? And yes or no, and I was thinking to put a Dark Souls maybe in this spot, but
Well, you could do your after this. Before we do our number 1 pick, we're gonna do our honorable mentions. So you can do a couple. I got a top list of mine, an honorable mention. So if you want to put that in there, you can as well.
Yeah. Well, I guess we can do that too. Well,
Yeah,
I guess up to top 4 then.
Okay. All right. So that's your number 5, right, B?
Yes.
GTA 5. Well, I think that GTA 5 is
perfectly,
one of the worst GTA games, if not the worst GTA game of all time. I think GTA 4 is way better. I think I'm not coping. I'm saying the truth. GTA 4 is better. GTA 5 lost. GTA, bro. I come from buying GTA 3. Okay, so don't come to me with that, bro. I'm a
Here,
bigger
I told you
fan.
I
I'm
play
a
San Andreas.
Yeah. I bought GTA 3 when it first released. Okay, so I went to the store and bought it physically, and I was the first one out of all everybody in my crew that bought that didn't even know about the game like that. So I know GTA, trust me, and I know the feeling. I even bought the triple this thing right here, the triple deal on Steam as well, and I bought it on PlayStation by mistake. Anyways, but four is better than five. As a matter of fact, all GTA's is better than five. Five is just the current one,
And this
and the
is how we know
online
that
and the
that your opinion
online really
doesn't
explore.
fucking
But ask anybody that you know
doesn't
if they
hold any
like the
value.
campaign, if they like the campaign of GTA 5, if they thought it was good and it's that nobody talks about the campaign of GTA 5. Nobody. Everybody talks about online, and I can't wait to play the online version of GTA 6. Online, because I'm pretty sure you're not looking forward to GTA 6 campaign. You're looking for the online, correct? Correct?
Incorrect. It's quite the opposite.
All right.
I never have I haven't fucking well I have touched the online of that game, but I didn't really care at all for online. And the only thing I care for is single player. The campaign.
Oh,
And
okay.
that's the only thing I'm looking forward in GTA 6. Honestly, as much as it's gonna be a fucking lesbian woman campaign, I guess I'll have to bear it. But
It's
what
not.
am I gonna
It's not
do
a lesbian
online?
woman. There's two people. It's a couple. So you be a girl.
Yeah,
It's a
what?
girl, and a guy, and that's her man.
Yeah.
But whatever. All right, all right. We move it. Let's move on. Let's move on to my number four, and my number four is Devil May Cry. Well, the original trilogy is my number four. I don't know if you know about Devil May Cry V. I don't think you do. This is before your time. Um,
Obviously, I know.
this is before your time. So Devil May Cry is near and dear to me. It's one of those games from Capcom that caught me off guard. I was all into with my next number, and I'll talk about that later. But this game is it just like I zoned out, bro. Part one, part two was a little bit meh because it was like two discs, and you had one other game. This one you're gonna love, V. The second disc you have to play as a girl, uh, and then you don't play as the guy anymore or whatever. I don't know. It kind of threw off the whole game, so they kind of had to like do a reset on number three, and they went back to
Just
him
throwing
being
them
young
all.
again for some reason. Like part one, he was like this age, and then part two, he was a little older, and then part three, they went back to like the beginning. It was like a reset, like a prequel. Um, and then part five is the one that I no part four is the one that I recently beat like 2 years ago, because I'm gonna tell you a little small story. So back in the days when the CD used to get messed up, we used to grab alcohol and put it on a cotton thing and then wipe it down and then put it back in, right? So my Devil May Cry 4 was a little bit dirty and everything, so I grabbed my mom's which I thought at the time was alcohol, and I put it on the on the cotton, and I started rubbing, and it started sticking right on the disc, and it just got worse and worse and worse, and then it just turned white. The discs turned white, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I started cursing. I was like, "What the hell happened?" So I read the label, and it's nail polish remover. It's
Yep. Good job.
so it's like some acid anti whatever thing that removes nail polish, and I was like, no.
Yeah, removes the
so
games from the discs also.
so that game was completely fucked. So I had to like either go buy it again, or mind you, I was like in the like almost third act, or probably almost done, like two more levels, and I would have been done with the game. Bro, I was so mad, bro. Like I was really angry that year, and I never got to play it again. So I went a couple years back. I went and I was like, "Hey, I never finished this game. Let me play this from beginning to end." And I played it and finished it, and it was amazing, man. It was amazing. So Devil May Cry was is near to dear to me. I cannot wait for the next one. I loved five. I bought five again. I had it on PlayStation, and then when I transitioned to PC, those were one of the games that I bought. Again, I bought the trilogy. I mean the collector's edition and Devil May Cry 5. So I'm waiting for 6. I'm supposedly Capcom has something up their sleeve. Let's see. So that's my number 4. What do you think about Devil May Cry?
Well, I know of the series, what it is, slasher or whatever. It's cool like that, but I never really cared for it because it is more of a Japanese, market focused.
Oh, the
It's like
Netflix show was amazing too. Go ahead.
the show, the animated show, you say?
Yeah, it
Oh,
just
it
came
was
out.
absolutely garbage,
You saw it?
and yeah, and
It just came out.
I couldn't, yeah. It was. Yeah, I'm not sure which one. You animated series you're talking about.
Well, they have. Well, back then they had it. They had a animated series, and then that was pretty cool too. But Netflix just released a new cartoon of Devil May Cry, which is really good. Just came out this year.
Yeah. Well, it was really bad, fucking bad, and I think that's the consensus really. And yes, and with that also, where we really say, being a, animated series releasing it and being shit like that, it's. I'm sure the old games are fine, they have their own, style and nostalgia factor and whatever. But it's just I wasn't, I wasn't part of that culture, I guess, yeah, and time to, to be there. I'm not really was part any of those, Japanese games, Resident Evil,
There it is.
Final
Right there.
Fantasy, Final Fantasy, all those.
No, this is more of a which I think a lot of games copied off of Devil May Cry. This is more of a action
Bayonetta also.
Yeah, Bayonetta copied off of this. Even Final Fantasy, which was getting kind of like boring with the whole turn-based, they started doing this as well. So when people actually refer to this type of fighting, like they will always go like, oh, it has a Devil May Cry feel to it. Like Lost Soul Aside that just came out that tanked. They said the same thing about this game. They were like, oh, it has a Devil May Cry feel to it. It's not a Souls like, because that's what people get confused about. People are like, oh, if it's a Souls like, forget it. I don't want to play it. But if you say like, oh no, it has a Devil May Cry feel to it, they're like, oh, okay, it's not a Souls like. Okay, cool. So that's what people always refer to it. So that's how big this game was, man.
Yeah, and that's what I want to say also, right? I guess in that sense, when even if right now, even myself, I see that there's a Souls-like games, and there's basically action, action
RPGs type of deal.
Actual fighting, boss type of rush or games.
Yeah.
And when I hear those boss rush games, I always think of Devil May Cry because there's more action, more bosses, more crazy shit like that. And it kind of right. That's what I want to say. It's basically like a Dark Souls, but more crazier and wackier. With the fucking cute boys too. I'm sure you do enjoy that.
Oh yeah, ora, this guy. Yo, shut the hell up.
And in that sense, I get again. I have not much to say about it because I haven't played it, but I guess I respect it for its legacy and what it is. But.
Very, very, very good game, man. Like, you have no idea.
Yeah, it looks epic.
It is. All right, let's go to your number 4.
I don't remember what it is.
Okay, number 4 for you. Oh, what's the name of this game?
Well, it's right there, Terraria.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so basically, Ralph, you can sit down, old man.
Old man, I come from this, bro. What are you talking about?
Well, fucking younger generation tell you what's up,
Alright.
So this is basically a Minecraft clone, And if anything, you'd expect me,
Did this come out first than Minecraft?
No, Minecraft I think was first.
All right.
Yeah, but basically, it was basically like a 2D Minecraft. That's what it was, initially started as. But then it was expanded into a massive game. You can see that's an earlier version of the game. I think, on a console, I think.
Okay.
Maybe. But the thing with this game is that it's just, right. You thought I put Minecraft, people do consider Minecraft as one of the greatest, and it is, objectively greatest games, biggest games, literally fucking.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Ever made,
Mm-hmm. V.
Discovered more, but.
You came off. What were you saying?
Yeah, yeah, and Minecraft is one of the great games. When I first discovered Minecraft, I couldn't believe that fucking. That's probably one of the my first kind of outside fucking exploration of different type games. Minecraft, or when I first saw it, and my I was like completely blown away. By what what you can do there and things you
So
can
what is it that you do in this game? Same thing you do in Minecraft?
Yeah, it's like Minecraft, but more of an exploration, and it's even have a kind of a RPG, progression. Really, it's just one of those have a intense progression like curve.
Okay.
Basically, there's a lot of things that you can progress. People even say at this point, these days that there's just too much shit in that game like to do. There's so much crazy stuff that it's like it's completely lost it's kind of purpose. A lot of games actually these days are kind of getting the another game that in my I think it was the next game maybe the fucking top 3 game is exactly like that. So it got so big that it's kind of people saying that it's lost its purpose. But basically this is, speaking of Devil May Cry again, it's kind of like a boss rush type game too. The main point of this
Yeah.
game is basically killing bosses. Your resources, you explore the world, mine resources, upgrade your gear and fight bosses and do that all over again, but with a new, and more powerful, resources, and weapons, and basically the whole point of the game is just there's just a lot of weapons to find, a lot of things to explore, and
Yeah, got a
and
9
do.
from IGN.
Yes, and you can
Nice.
build there too, just like Minecraft. I guess that's the whole point. That's the problem with Minecraft. Minecraft is great, but there's just nothing really to do there. They added the story at some point, with the killing a dragon, just as a as something to to say, Rafa, pretentious completionist from fucking consoles. You just
Oh, I'm not a
completing games
completionist.
that
I'm not a
you
completionist.
you no.
I finish games. I'm not a completionist.
Yeah, you're
I don't
completionist in the
100%.
sense
I don't
that
100%
you
games.
in the sense that you're completing the game. That's
Yeah, yeah,
really
yeah, yeah, yeah.
what you what you pride yourself in.
Yeah,
And
finishing
here is a
games,
Minecraft,
yes.
and here's a Minecraft basically saying, technically it's an infinite game, but
Yeah, yeah,
they
yeah.
added
There's no
this
ending to
small
this
little.
game, right?
Yeah, technically there is none. But but they also have exactly the same like in a Minecraft where there's kind of like the last boss, big last boss that you kill, and kind of it's
Yeah.
like kind of the end, but also you can do whatever after. But basically, yes, it's just a very very how you say it? It's basically like a better version of Minecraft with more interesting progression basically. And
Right,
and
right, right.
Minecraft is already a fucking great game, and this one game is just a plainly better game than even Minecraft. So here's my I'm not sure even if you have anything to say if you even know this game. You know.
I was never a Minecraft fan or anything like that. I do come from era of these kind of games, the indie games that look like this, and so I'm familiar with these type of games, not with the Minecraft aspect of it, because I know that. Well, my son kind of introduced me to Minecraft more than anything. He showed me what you
Yeah,
can do in it.
Minecraft is the mother phenomenon.
Yeah, like he showed me what you can do in it. I even challenged him a couple times. I was like, create the Hyrule Castle, and he's like, okay, and he'll sit like the whole evening, creating something, and then he'll show it to me, and I'm like, nah, you didn't do that. And he's like, yeah, I did that. And it's like, look, I built everything brick by brick. I'm like, holy
Yeah,
crap! So I
that's
like the
what I do
creative.
Minecraft too.
Yeah, I like the creative aspect of it. It's very interesting when it comes to that, and especially you can come up with things, or whatever. So I like that creative aspect of it, and the tools that they give you in the game to do all the things that you can do. That's pretty cool too. Not really my cup of tea though, but yeah, I can see why people like it and why the game is so huge.
Yeah,
Um,
unfortunately, it's another console game, so obviously, it's not your favorite. So, there's a game where you actually sometimes actually have to think and know what you're doing. Like those games where they hold your hand all up until the end.
and the yellow paint, the yellow paint,
Yes,
tell you where to
exactly.
go.
I'm a big fan. You are yes of it.
All right, all right. So what's the name of this game again?
Terraria.
All right. Well, we would definitely put all the videos, all the games and videos on the description below, so you guys can, pick those up if you like what you see. All right. So that's V's number. That was your number 4?
Yeah.
Your number 4? Okay, so now we're up to number 3. My number 3. Woo! The iconic. I'm glad that I switched over. That was the first thing we saw. The iconic Resident Evil. I would say Resident Evil, the whole Resident Evil, like the whole. I'm a big fan of Capcom, as you guys can see, but the whole Resident Evil history, all of them. Part 1, Part 2 was one of my favorite of all time. This one right here, I got scared like a little girl in this game when I was a kid. I went to Blockbuster. I rented it like 15 times because you would have to return it, and I haven't finished it, so I would return it and I would re-rent it and then continue playing. Resident Evil 3 I wasn't a big fan of as much, but I played it and I liked it. It was pretty cool. I played all the remakes that just came out recently. I played all of them. There's a lot of these right here, the survival Resident Evil with the gun. I didn't play those much, but they were cool if you owned the gun. If you're playing with the controller, it was like corny. But if you have the gun, bro, or if you even play in the arcades, game was lit, bro, lit. Resident Evil 4, Code Veronica. This is the one I think they're gonna remake coming up soon. So Code Veronica, that's Claire right there.
The lesbian.
No, she's in Resident Evil 2 with Leon, which is my favorite character. She's still looking for her brother or whatever. Chris. So it's this one is with Chris and Jill. I mean Chris and what you call it. See, they did the whole this thing right here. It's probably like some PC mod type of deal. But I like that. That's another thing I like about Resident Evil. After you finish the game, they do this like they unlock these special modes where you can like do like raids, or you can do like these things right here. So it's part of the what you call it. This is Game Boy Color. I never played the Game Boy Color Resident Evil. I never played that one, but I'm a big fan of this franchise. Like seriously. So I would say the whole franchise, Resident Evil, all of them. Resident Evil, these remakes. I love them. Okay, I played this one on GameCube. So this is basically part 1, but remade, but for GameCube. It was amazing. It was awesome. I put the puzzles, the jump scares, the zombies, everything was awesome about it. Even after you finish the game, there's another mode where they like tell you like you go back in there as the cleaning crew, and you basically go in through a different area, and you go or basically throughout the whole mission again. Like you just go around, you kill the zombies, you're basically cleaning up the mess that what you did in the campaign, which was awesome. I like that. That was pretty cool. But Resident Evil, yeah, this is another one I haven't played yet. That one right there. I played. This is another side Resident Evil, Outbreak. Also one of those that you return back to the same location and cleaning crew and whatnot. But yeah, Resident Evil, man. If you haven't played Resident Evil, I don't know what you're waiting for. The new Resident Evil is coming out. I forgot what was the name of it. With the chick.
How many fucking Resident Evils out there?
Woof, a lot, bro. So you got the one through. Well, the one that's coming out the one that's coming out now is the 9. And that was, I think, in February. Yeah, this was one of my favorite Resident Evils.
And that's only the numbered ones.
Yeah, the number ones. Then there's the side ones. So it's a big franchise. And then you got the movies. Remember the movies? So yeah.
Actually, for the few movies that I watched in my entire life had included the Resident Evil movies.
Yeah. Oh, this was the DS. That's like the 2 double screen. So yeah, but that's part 1. That's part 1 right there, bro. If you haven't played Resident Evil, pick it up, whichever one you want. I'm actually gonna start collecting them again. I have them physical, pretty much all of them. I even have my GameCube version ones, but I want to get them on Steam, digital, to add it to my library. So I'm waiting for a deal. See, these were pretty cool right here. These, if you had the gun, they were pretty cool. So yeah, that's my number 3. All right.
Yes.
What you thought about Resident Evil?
Well, Resident Evil, I guess it's like a camp. Basically, you either in a Resident Evil camp or you're in a camp of Silent Hill.
Oh yeah, Silent Hill. Yeah, bro. I never played. This is the thing with me. I never played Silent Hill because of that. because of the
Yes.
fact that I'm such a big Resident Evil fan. I was like, fuck Silent Hill. But in reality, I'm not. I'm not. That was when I was a kid. But in reality, is I'm a horror fan. So I will go and play Resident. I'm waiting for a sale for Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill F, which I have on my wish list. So what were you saying?
Yeah, there's a Resident Evil 5 actually. I remember fucking watching my brother play that game. I was watching it like a film basically, playing him, But that's basically one of my few memories of Silent Hill and the new ones, that were the first person, the
Yeah.
Resident Evil 6 was it, and the Village. Those are what I was quite interested because it was interesting aesthetics and an interesting twist, I guess, on the
Yeah.
formula. But yeah, but most of the time, yes, I know more of a Silent Hill. Even though there was probably less Silent Hill games than Resident Evil. Exactly right. For the exactly opposite, I was in the opposite camp than you. I picked Silent Hill. And then you say you were a horror fan. Well, from my perspective, Silent Hill was more of a horror game than Resident Evil. It's clearly a shooter. You're playing as an operatives. You have a guns. You're blazing. Whatever.
You're a cop,
Just
and then you become an agent
yeah,
after a while.
just another good old console game. What can I say?
This is one of the ones that I need to go back to. Operation Code Veronica, I just bought physically, actually. I never played this one either. I never played the side ones, but yeah, I want to get back on
There's
those.
so many of them.
Yo, so many. I couldn't keep track. I just stuck. You see the Resident Evil 6. I just stuck with the main line. And they were awesome.
Yes.
I got Resident Evil 6 for PC as well because I really like that game. But yeah, that's my number 3. Okay, let's go to V's number 3. So we got one. Oh no, your number. This one, right?
I think
There we
that's
go.
The next one.
Huh?
I think that's the next one actually. The other one.
I had it right.
Factorio. Factorio is my number 3.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Yes, this look. Take a look at this game, Mister. Mister, our console viewers and you, Ralph, included. Dude, how would you like this for a fucking gameplay? Yeah, this game.
Do
is
you put
literally
you put all those things?
Yes, you see, guy literally. The review of the game, he's literally using Wikipedia to fucking check the fucking how to play the game.
What do
You know,
you?
this is a type of a game. Sometimes they say you have to have a degree to play this game, some of these games. Yeah, this is a true PC experience right there. We actually have to have a fucking statistical and engineering degree to fucking. But,
Because an
but,
engineer degree.
I guess that jokes aside, it is kind of unironically. I think I saw you in a video of the guy saying that if you like playing a Factorio, chances are you'd be good at like a statistical analysis or some shit. He was trying to make a case that it kind of those types of those are basically a specific genre of games called factory building games, where you build a factory where basically the whole point of the game is to progress, I guess, as in every any other game, but you're progressing through production of materials. You basically take something from a simple material, for example, coal, iron, and copper, whatever, and any basic materials, and you start, refining them. Basically, you from copper, you, for example, made ingots. From ingots, you made plates. From plates, you made fucking electronics. From electronics, you made computers. From computers, you made fucking whatever.
And then
it
you're
goes
also
on
getting
like that.
attacked, correct?
In this specific one, yes, that's kind of what it's famous for, and it's very popular. Have a specific to it. All those games have a certain twist, and then one of those twists is basically have a adversary. And in this particular case, yes, there's kind of a you come to alien planet where there's basically insects, right? You can see, and you basically kind of they attacking you based on your production levels, basically how big is your base, and you kind of have to build the defenses around it too, which also involved production of ammo and fucking electronics for it. So basically, right, and you're producing all those things, and then you do do a research basically. You see, you can
What did he just do right
expand
there?
your
He just
base.
copied and pasted there.
Yes, he
Oh,
basically like copy. He copied the simple design, and he basically expanded his factory by
oh.
copying and pasting. Like this, because this is basically the whole. Technically, those games also called like spreadsheet games,
Mm-hmm.
basically, because it's not really the main point of the game is not really the gameplay itself, but the efficiency of your factory. Really, that you can even say. Certain games, there's certain achievements in it, or certain, you know, you have to I don't know to complete the game. Basically, this is kind of also infinite game in a sense. There is an ending in this game where you have to get maximum get the most complex thing, and build it basically, because the whole story of this game is that you drop on an isolated planet with nothing basically, and you have to start from scratch, and your whole point basically is to build a rocket and leave the planet.
Oh, okay, okay.
And basically yes, and all you have to do is mine resources, produce them, kind of. Minecraft is kind of also in a very basic sense is similar in this sense. You mine the ore, right? You smell the ore, you create tools, and in this game also, it's kind of the same, but it's more about specifically prioritizing the resources part and management, and building your factory, right? As I said, the main kind of the main side mission really. And you know they say about this game, the finishing this game, building a rocket and seeing the end screen basically is just a tutorial, really. They made the main fun of this
So
game
there's
is,
an ending to this game.
yeah,
Oh, okay, okay,
but
okay.
but but the main, I guess, the gameplay and the reason why people play this game is for it to produce as efficient factory as possible. Try to also minimize it, try to make it as dense and as productive as possible to fit. Also, there's a
This looks like
here.
one of those like games that you get really hooked on it or
Oh,
something like that.
absolutely. It's a very dangerous game in that sense. Because if you that's what happened to me. I found
How
I
much
never
hours you
played.
put into this?
Well, not really too much, but the thing is that when I have about 28 hours,
Oh,
at
okay,
least in
okay,
this one,
okay, okay.
so it's not that much.
Okay.
But that's the thing when you start playing it, because also I played it pirated version, so
Oh,
that's not the
they gave it
definitive
an
answer,
eight.
I guess.
They gave it an eight. Pretty
Yes,
cool.
but yeah, when you get hooked on this game, you can basically, wake up, in a day, you sit down or play this game, and it just fucking, that's it. And you play until you collapse, until the next day. You just fucking repeat. Those are dangerous games, dangerously addicting games, but also not for everyone. So
No, no, no. This
yes,
is definitely. I mean, me as a console refugee, what you say? Um,
yeah,
coming from no, and then coming from old school games and everything, it looks cool. Like this part right here looks pretty cool. Like that looks pretty cool to me. Like him
yeah.
shooting and over the top. That's old school type of view, and the graphics and everything. So that's old school as well. But
Yeah,
it
this
looks
game is very famous for its aesthetics. It's very unique. Also,
yeah,
everything
yeah,
is very detailed and kind of yes, maybe
yeah, yeah. That I
remind
like that. I
people
like
a
that.
lot about the good old days of graphics.
Yeah, yeah. That looks pretty cool. It looks pretty cool. Okay, what's the name of this game? Factorio.
Yes, Factorio, like factory,
Factorio.
basically,
All right.
or in Italian. Yes.
That pick that up, guys. If you like, I'm pretty sure it's everywhere, right? It's on Steam everywhere.
Yes.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
not sure. Actually, I'm not. I'm not. Not really sure if it's on
Oh, because
console,
it looks like
but
it looks like it
definitely,
was on PC only. There reviewed on PC only. But yeah,
definitely on Steam.
check that out, guys. That's V's number.
Yeah,
That's number three.
if you're a console refugee, try to get into a PC market. Well, fucking, if you cannot play this game, then you're not you're not even trying to be a PC player, okay? And don't even dare to call yourself like that. So, okay.
I'm a PC player. I'm currently a
Yeah.
PC player now.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right,
you
so
can cope all you want.
check that guys out. Factorio.
Yes.
So where are we at? Okay, so my number two franchise, I would say franchise again of all time, is Assassin's Creed. All right, I know, V, you love Ubisoft so much, but
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed is near and dear to me. I would like. I'm just gonna give you a quick little summary of what happened with me with Assassin's Creed. So I first played Assassin's Creed 2 2 or Revelations. I think it was Revelations. One of those in my cousin's house. My cousin was like, "Yo, I played this game. I played part 1. I played part 2. This is this, that, the other." I don't know which one I was playing at the time in his house with the Xbox. So I was like, "Yo, it's pretty good. I want to play this game. I like the, the history. Going back in time, and it's like a, how you say, like the Matrix type of deal, but you go back in time instead of going into the Matrix. So, and you like basically play as one of your ancestors or whatever. And then they changed it up little by little, and as all the games came out, they changed stories and all that, and how you go back in the time and everything. But so what I did was I went back home and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna buy all these games I'm gonna play them all from part 1 to the current. So the current one that was about to come out was Black Flag. So I wanted to finish all the Assassin's Creed before Black Flag came out. So Black Flag was on the horizon, was about to be released, and I was like, let me go. And I bought Assassin's Creed 1, 2, Brotherhood, uh, Revelations. It was like a triple deal. I have it still physically. And then part 2, whatever. And then Black Flag came out right in the middle of right when I was finishing part 2. So I bought Black Flag, let it sit there for a second, and then finished up the rest of the games. Jumped into Black Flag, and then I continued there where I left. Continue there from there on, and I played every single Assassin's Creed to date. And that means Shadows was the last one. My favorite of all of them, I don't have a specific. I love Unity because of the parkour and how they introduced the new engine and all of that stuff. Unity was the one that had the glitches. Remember that one? V had all these glitches during launch.
Oh, that's your new engine, obviously.
Yeah, but the mechanics, the parkour, even to today, Unity is one of my favorites of all of them, because you're coming at a Black Flag, and it felt like Black Flag felt like, which I love. That's my favorite character. Edward Kenway was my favorite character, the pirate. But I didn't like the boat thing, the boat fighting thing. A lot of people do. That's why they even created a whole new game where the ships, and you treasure hunt and all this other stuff. I didn't really like that aspect of it. I liked the rest of it when he's on land and when he's kicking ass and all of that shit. That's what I liked about Black Flag, and I will be picking up the remake if it comes out, whenever it comes out. I'll pick that up. And any Assassin's Creed before and after that. So I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan. I will always continue buying their games day one. It's one of my favorite genres of all time. I mean, one of my favorite of all time. So yeah, that's my favorite. V, what do you what do you think about Assassin's Creed and the whole thing?
Well, actually, I know quite a lot about Assassin's Creed, but also I haven't played much of it. But the reason why I know so much is because Assassin's Creed used to be big, when the Let's Plays used to be big. When I was a kid, I watched a lot of Let's Plays for
Mm-hmm.
definitely for including for the fact that I didn't have a good PC, so I couldn't even play those games in the first place. But I don't like watching Let's Plays, if people play, and a lot of people played, that's what popular back in the day was, those Assassin's Creed 1, 2, and all of those,
Yeah.
and 1 and 2, I remember those, quite well, those are games, not what I think about it, those games were just, just fun games, they try to,
Very
also
fun.
Assassin's Creed include those, like historic characters like Da Vinci or fucking whoever the what's his name, fucking Newton, or all those historical big figures, try to kind of play like that with them, and try to teach maybe something interesting, and the story itself was quite all over the place with the fucking very esoteric in that sense, which I very much like, with the apple of Eden and whatever, the
Yeah,
fucking
yeah, yeah.
brotherhood
Hmm.
and the religion and whatever.
I
Very
even
nice.
like
But
I
yeah,
even
but
like the
you,
other one. I don't know if you know, before it was like a transition between part 3. I mean, PS3 and PS4 is Assassin's Creed Rogue. You heard about that
yeah,
one? It's basically you play as
yeah.
the bad guy. the other way around.
Yeah, I think it was after Assassin's Creed 3, was it?
No,
I think,
it was right
or
around. No, Unity just came out, and then they announced this one, Rogue, which is tied into Unity. So
yeah, I
it's really
remember.
interesting. I bought that
Yeah,
immediately.
well,
I don't know
what
why
did
they
you?
came out with it for PS3 only when the PS4 was already released. Then later on they did a remastered. So it was really weird.
Yeah, yeah. I guess they tried a lot of ways, but yeah, Unity was the I guess the pinnacle and basically a turning point for a franchise where where they got the fucking the engine was nice, everything I guess will fit together, the setting, I even tried actually playing, as far as tried a few times. I think I tried Black Flag playing it for all the for all the praise that it's getting. It was quite boring for me. I couldn't even couldn't even pass the first quest or something. I remember. But and Unity, I played it a little too. It was fine, but but then you have to deal with the fucking Ubisoft store, which completely ass. I don't even want to talk about it.
Oh,
I
because
have a guy that's using it.
On PC you could only play all those games that were only available on the Ubisoft store, right? That's what it was
Yeah,
at the time.
at least yeah.
Because now they're
And
available on Steam, all of them. So
yeah, on Steam, but you still have to go download the fucking their store, as far as I understand.
mhm.
So
To sign in,
basically,
to sign
yeah,
in.
and regardless, game was great, and I still, also right. Probably, if I ever say, was the best Assassin's Creed, it's probably gonna be Unity for me. But yeah,
Yeah,
but that's
Unity
where
was fire.
they that's it
Yeah.
that they done. And what was the even right? Rogue, the next one, Revolution, or was it?
It
Or
was
was it
no, it
like
was Rogue. Rogue was next.
and what was the after Rogue?
After Rogue went the Bayek story, which was in Egypt, which I really loved, bro. I don't know.
Yeah,
Assassin's Creed Origins.
yeah, they start doing some weird shit, some weird different
Yeah, so
progressions,
somebody
different
took over right
levelings.
there. Yeah, some new director
Yeah.
took over, and he basically changed the whole thing of. But Origins was really good. Out of the three, which is Origins, um, Odyssey, which was like the 300, the Spartans, and then recently Valhalla with the Vikings. Those are the three that like the trilogy that basically those three go kind of together. Out of all those three, I really enjoyed Origins more with the Egyptian thing. This one right here, which was my favorite. Like you go everywhere, like pyramids and all of that, and the outfits. It was awesome. I mean, it wasn't. It was you can kind of tell that it wasn't Assassin's Creed, but it did they did try to like because he's the first assassin, basically. So
Right.
he's the one that started it all off. They called the hidden
The
ones before they did
yeah
the assassins.
yeah, it's quite ironic that the first Assassin's Creed was also kind of Middle Eastern and technically started somewhere probably in Egypt or
Yeah,
in those type lands, and I guess they tried to get back with that shit, but it's not really the same, I guess. All those RPG and people have been complaining about that. It's a little too much of a fantasy there. Too much
yeah,
crazy stuff happening.
because it's divided. So Assassin's Creed fans are divided, right? There are people that love the fantasy aspect of it, of all of this, and then there's the people that want want to go back to how it used to be back in the days with Assassin's Creed 1, 2, 3, Ezio's story and all of that. They want it to be grounded again, which is why they made Assassin's Creed Mirage, which was grounded. It was in Baghdad. It was like it gives you like that vibe of part one, but it was people didn't really like. A lot of people didn't really buy that game, and it was like, okay, you guys want to go back
Yeah.
to back in the days or not? The same thing with what I talked about Call of Duty. People don't know what the hell they want, Like they say they know what they want. Like, yeah, Assassin's Creed went too far. They're not where we're supposed to be. And then okay, they change it up. They make things like this, the 300, the Odyssey, and change it up. You're not even basically in this one. You're not even an assassin. You're really not. You're a god actually. You're a demigod in this one.
Right.
You literally are 300. You literally are that. You're a demigod. You can jump off mountains and land, and you won't get no damage. Like you had like powers, basically. You definitely had powers. So, and I was fine with it because they kind of tell you, you're a demigod. Blah 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 blah. Okay, this game could have been called anything 300 Ubisoft's 300 whatever, right? And everybody would have been fine with it, but they had to put like the name in there. They had to put Assassin's Creed, blah blah blah. So it was a good game and everything and all of that. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't my favorite. My favorite is Unity. My favorite is the Egyptian Origins, Black Flag, and I really liked Shadows a lot. I really did. It had a little bit here and there of Assassin's Creed because it was like there's no powers there. There was no fantasy in that game. So Shadows was pretty good. I still have to do the DLC, so I have to go back to that. But yeah, basically, very interesting history with Assassin's Creed and what they're gonna do moving forward. I think the next one is called Hexen. Well, that's the code name for it. It basically with witches and stuff like that. So I don't know what they're doing with that next, but Assassin's Creed is a
At
big
least trying
yeah. Assassin's Creed is a big name, and
desperately.
yeah, they did that. Like I said, they did really good with Shadows, and they're still adding a lot more DLCs to Shadows now. I have to get back on there, but I'm trying to play these other games. I just finished The Legend of Zelda, so I'm trying to give other games opportunities now. So, but yeah, this is Assassin's Creed. This is my number 2 franchise of all time. All right, V, and your number 2 coming up.
Yes, this shit. Yeah, just look.
Here we go.
And then another PC game, and also you chose definitely an interesting guy to talk about it. This game gets a lot of meme quality. A lot of people get talking in silly ways about it. Yes, basically, Word on the Street, one of the most complex games ever made out there. Here's a something for a console player to think about. It's not even that it's a complex game. It's just the passive tree, right? The famous passive tree. When you open it, that's like fucking yeah. I'm not.
And has
Big
everybody already like transitioned to Path of Exile 2, or like people are still playing Path of
No.
Exile 1?
Absolutely, they do because this is you cannot basically do what you see on the screen. You cannot do it basically in Path of Exile 2, and that's why it's kind of the reason why the second game was released in the first place was not necessarily because to continue the series, but because it's a little complicated. But basically, there's this idea of vision, I guess they described,
Yeah,
and basically it's kind of related to history, right? I was trying to explain to you. This game was basically a successor, or was tried to be a successor of Diablo 2, which is if you're really knowledgeable man, unlike you, Ralph, you would know that it's one of the greatest ever. It's not even the greatest games ever made, which it is. It's a genre defining game in the first place. Not even Diablo 2, Diablo 1 itself. Diablo 1, right? Diablo 2 was just a perfect bookcase example of how to continue, how to make a part 2 of any game, any franchise, right? But Diablo 2 was just a better, bigger, fucking everything game compared to Diablo 1, and it's still a standard classic to this day. Point is
okay,
that this game was trying to replicate that feeling, and that this ARPG, basically looter shooter, basically all that looter shooter you heard those words is because of Diablo 2. Basically, this is where it's all originated. This game tried to succeed that, and arguably, basically, at this point out, you can say that it did succeed. Maybe not now, but a couple of years back, because this game is constantly evolving, constantly just a new update released like 5 days ago, I think, or 3 days ago. Just new league, new update, new meta, new things, new skills. Still getting updated. Still livelier than even the second game at this point. Which situation there is a little complicated, but right. As I was trying to explain, basically what happened is that this game was supposed to play a little different. There's a way how gameplay, right? For example, again, Devil May Cry, right? It's more of a slasher action compared to
yeah,
Dark Souls,
yeah.
and those are different ways you play the game. But basically, in a sense, it's the same exact game. You have bosses, you have weapons, you progression, but you play it a little differently. One is a little crazier than the other. basically exactly the same situation here. This game got a little too crazy, too fast for people. That's what they say. Too the skill gap is too big, the power creep is too large, whatever. It should get crazy there very fast. But this wasn't how it was, back in the Diablo 2 days, and that's what they tried to basically do with the second game. Try to make it more grounded, more slow, more like a Dark Souls than Devil May Cry, really, because this is the Devil May Cry of this series, and the second game is more of a Dark Souls, type of situation, which literally that's what they described it as as a genre, Souls like, even though it's a ARPG, a game from the top view like this. Point is that yes, game is crazy massive, because I have I think it was released on 2009. I think it started basically. It was the one of the first also like successful live services besides MMORPG games. This game was constantly supported again, as I said, every 3 months at this point. New league releases, so they constantly support it. They make their money through skins and transactions, and clearly succeeding at it. The point is that yeah, game just a lot of things you can do there, a lot of mechanics, a lot of if you're a that type of person, if you're not a console player, basically, if you're not a Raf 204 here, type person, you would really enjoy this game, because there's a lot of ways you can basically. There's just so much things to do here. Just look how many buttons you have to click just to progress. It's not your average console game. Okay. Simple as that, and I don't think there's any games like that in the market, like, whatsoever. And as I said, it arguably a successor to one of the fucking genre-defining games in history at this point. So, what can I say? Now, number 2 for me. I don't know where it was. Say something about it.
I mean, I told you that as soon as Path of Exile 2 comes out, like really releases, instead of being on early access, I'll give it a try with you. I told you that I will definitely give it a shot. I really want to try, because I like all the sorcery and all this back in the days and all this. I love all that. That franchise. I mean, that fantasy, all that stuff. I love all that shit. But everything in the corner of the screen here, I don't know what the hell's going on. So little by little, but yeah. But I did play Diablo with you. The last one, we tried it out. So I enjoyed it. It
was a mess.
Yeah, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the little experience that I got. But I'm definitely looking forward to the second one. I want to know what the big deal is. I always want to know what's going on.
Yeah, the second one is definitely more of a console experience, if anything, more fancier.
Which is why they're releasing it on console.
Exactly.
All right. So I will definitely touch base on that and get back to that, and as soon as the game is fully released, I'll give it a shot. And you'll play with me, and we'll see what's up.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right. Before I go to my number one, and I'm pretty sure everybody's gonna know my number one. My honorable mentions. I don't have video for it, but I will just keep it here on these. But my honorable mentions will be, which I recommend, Days Gone. It's one of them. The PlayStation exclusive game. I bought it on PC again. I love that game. Infamous 1 and 2. I don't know if you've ever heard of Infamous.
Yeah.
That's Sucker Punch, Insomniac. Or Insomniac. I was Insomniac. I'm dying for them to come out with another one. I even have the second son that I just bought, which is the third one. God of War. I love God of War. Everything God of War. I used to always play like Devil May Cry and God of War. Were the two games that I was always waiting for. Like those were always the ones near and dear to me. Then you got Street Fighters and Mortal Kombat. Those are my favorite fighting games genres. I do like other fighting games like Dead or Alive or Virtual Fighters in the Sega Saturn days. Hitman. Hitman is my my couch game. The game that I can relax, sit back, and just kill some assassin a whole bunch of people. I love Hitman. I have to actually go back. I have to actually go back and play Hitman. Bruce Willis. I mean Bruce Lee is in it. So I want to go and kill that freaking guy. I killed Conor McGregor, and I think there was another guy there that I had to kill. But yeah, I'm going back to that. And then my last one which is near and dear to me, and is also a Rockstar game, Max Payne. Uh, Max Payne 1, 2, 3 were like epic to me. My favorite. I would even say that I like Max Payne a little bit better than GTA. So Max Payne was my jam.
Yeah, Max Payne is actually, yeah. So yeah, well, again, a Rockstar game, fucking yes, amazing. Honestly, I very much also enjoy
Do
it.
you have any honorable mentions?
Yeah, I suppose a few, but I'm not sure if if you've even heard of those games, and that anyone really listening to this. So I'd say out of the top, I guess my Steam, most played games, I guess, Rim World, which is basically a colony management game. Again, one of those games that you have to have a degree to play, in a sense, and it's kind of like not too far from a Sims actually, yeah, basically, but it's a little more of a serious in that sense. It's also a successor of a game called Dwarf Fortress. It used to be it's a very ancient game that doesn't I don't when people see that game, it's one basically one of those games that I don't know, back in the day, in those PCs, they basically, instead of graphics, they use the symbols like numbers and symbols.
Yeah.
And basically that's how that's how old that game is. But basically it's one of the I think it considered to be one of the most complex games, you are
Okay.
relatively, speaking, but one of the most complex games because of the mechanics and how the things interact in the game themselves, itself. So it's kind of like a chaos, fucking game, basically. So RimWorld is more of a console appropriated, you can say, even if Dwarf Fortress is a PC game, or RimWorld is like a console game in that sense. Very, a lot of things simplified, a lot of things, made more clear, visually, especially, dumbed down, like all the console games, right? But
Mhm.
it's also a PC game in the first place. So even in the PC games, there's still shit like that happening. So Noida, for example, a great game. Also looks like Terraria, basically, the game that you saw, but it's more of a exploration focused, also similar to Path of Exile, which you involve, you similarly build wands there. Basically, that's the main point of the game, where you try to explore the world again. Find new weapons, create. There's the spells in that game, and basically the way you fight, I guess there's a lot of enemies, and the way we progress is that you combine spells, and every spell have a different interaction with other spell. Basically, similar to another game called Binding of Isaac. You heard of that game?
No.
Yes, it's also it's basically the original roguelike game. Basically, that genre again.
Mhm.
If anyone, if any of your console players know of this genre, is probably because of that game popularized it, at least massively. Gmod, it's a source based game. It's not a mod of itself really, but it is kind of great game. If you know, basically Dark Souls. Obviously, that I
Yeah.
also wanted to add it as change it for my top five. Being on a fifth place instead of a GTA. But honestly, I very much probably I actually love Dark Souls more than GTA 5, but I just have to give it GTA 5 the credit it deserves. And Dark
Which is
Souls,
a zero.
as much as I love the Dark Souls, I probably fucking appreciate it more than anyone. Really, I'll just say straight up. People misunderstand why. For example, Elden Ring. All people say Elden Ring is good, but the reason why is good, they really don't understand why it's good like that. Same with Dark Souls being, basically
Yeah.
it's father. And maybe Valheim also, game, we played that game together,
Yeah, yeah. And I want to go
a
back to. I'm
PC
gonna play a
game.
little bit, play more of it.
Yeah, it's a PC game, a little complicated, and they don't hold your hand, they're like in the consoles, so kind of hard like that, but it's a very chill game,
Yeah,
all
it's
those
a.
games that we talked about, kind of hardcore fucking, blast your brains out type situation, but Valheim is like surprisingly, chill, kind of Minecraft inspired again. It's
Yeah,
Terraria,
yeah.
but you build a lot, you explore a lot, you progress, killing bosses or whatever, stuff like that. But yeah, those I
Okay.
guess that'll be enough. I could fucking I'd be talking all day about it, but
All
I'd
right,
say
all right,
that's
all
enough.
right. So let's do our last ones. These are, well, this is my favorite of all time. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. This is the guy, the main guy right here. So my
It's a
my
friends.
number, my number one, my number. Well, he's not the
Whatever.
guy. He's like one of the guys. My number one game of all time is, and my number one franchise of all time
Mario.
is the no, it's the Legend of Zelda. I am, and V knows, I am a huge fan. This is my favorite franchise of all time. I just finished beating Skyward Sword, which is a game that I didn't finish because it was on the Wii, and the Wii had these motion controls. I was really upset because I really wanted to play that game, and I couldn't play it with the Wii motions. That it really, it irked me, and I got really upset, and I just put it down, and I never finished it. And then when it came out for the Switch, I went back just recently actually, and I bought it when it came out for the Switch, and I left it there, and then I just recently picked it up. I was like, I have to beat this game, man. I have to finish it. So I went back to it and finished it. It was a great game. It was a very good game. I'm glad that I waited actually, because it looks way better on the Switch. On the Switch, and all the mechanics. I don't have to do the whole. Well, you have to use, because it was a motion sensor. So what they did was, is they put the joystick on the motion. So basically, you use the joystick and you flick it, and that's how you use the sword. So, and back in the days, you can take off the joysticks and use it how is it what was intended to be used. But now they put it in a controller form factor where you just flick the right analog stick, and then he moves this way, that way, up, down, left, right. So, but my favorite, like, I would always like go back, and this is another game that actually, this is part one, when I would actually say that I didn't beat this game because of the fact that my brothers never let me play it. Like, they never let me they never let go of the controller. I was like, can I play? And they would not let me play. They were like, yeah, when we're not here, you can play. And they're always in the house playing. So this is one of the games that I felt like I need to go back, which is good with Nintendo, that they give you all these games in their subscription service. They got all of them, and I also could emulate them too as well. But I got them on the Switch. Whenever I want to play it, I can play it. This was one of the hardest games of all time. Oh, Zelda 2. See how they try to name it the Link, because they knew that Link was the main character. So they were like, "Yo, we have to switch it to Zelda. I mean, to Link, because Zelda's the princess, but Link is
Too late.
the." Yeah, it was too late. The name, The Legend of Zelda, was already iconic. So they had to, like, they tried to do this one, and everybody was like, "What the hell is this crap?" And the game was super hard. This game right here, I never finished. Nobody, like, if you finish this game, you're a G, because the game is so freaking hard. But yeah, I will challenge myself one day and attack it. My son is playing this game, and he was like, "That is extremely hard." um, but my favorite of basically, let me see if they just go all the way down to, my favorite would have to be before anything was Ocarina of Time, which I'm hoping that they're going to release. This is the game that, like, basically shut everybody up. When it came out for the Nintendo 64, everybody was like, "Yo, best game of all time." Like, tens across the board. So this game, they're talking about re-releasing it for like a remake, and then, modernizing it and all of that and everything. So hopefully it comes out good. A lot of PC players did some mods to it to enhance it with Unreal Engine, and I was actually, I sent you a link about that. I wanted to see how that is, and I'll probably download it and check it out. But yeah, this is Ocarina of Time was like peak Zelda. I think I finished this game like about 3 times, and I even helped
It
my
was so
son.
big, even I played it.
Yeah, you see, like, this game, my son finished it like 2 years ago. He finished it, and he was like, awesome, amazing. And he's playing the part two of this game, which was Majora's Mask. Not my cup of tea. I finished Majora's Mask. It was extremely hard. They changed it up. Um, see, which is this one right here. They changed it up because they did this whole time loop, You have to do a certain. It's basically like a roguelike, you know, like you to do a time loop. You have to do a whole bunch of things, and then the time resets, and then you lose everything, and then you go back to the beginning again. All this stuff. But yeah, it was crazy. So Ocarina of Time, and then they did the Master Quest, which was like a enhanced version of that game. But yeah, let me see if I go back. So these are the Game Boy games. I didn't really like, mess with those. Wind Waker. This game, I finished it. I got it.
Joke.
Yeah, I got it. It was cool and everything, and the animation is cool and it's timeless because even till today, you don't see like when you look at the game, you're like, the graphics is amazing because it's cartoon, So it's like, but they also did like mods for this game too. So I just recently got this game. It was for the Wii U, the HD version, which is the remake of that game. And they also did Twilight Princess as well, which was the next one, I think. Let me see. This is Mission Cap. This is Twilight Princess. Twilight Princess was like, you can actually say Twilight Princess was like the sequel, or not the sequel, like the continuation of Ocarina of Time. They wanted after the bad reaction to Wind Waker with the cartoony, people were like, bro, can we go back to how Ocarina of Time was? Can we get one of those? So, and they did like a demo thing trailer in one of those Game Awards, and people were like, we want those graphics, we want those graphics. So they had no choice but to come back and come out with this game. So they came out with this game. It was pretty cool. He turns into a wolf in this one.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then you have to find out how to. Yeah, you have to find out how to get him out of there. This was one of those games that copied off of Twilight Princess. But yeah, Twilight Princess was like, it's there. It's like if I had a top 5, it would be like number 3 of my favorite of all the Legend of Zelda. But my number one Zelda game, if I had to pick, if you like twist my arm and say pick one game, pick one your favorite. Which one's your favorite? I would have to say my favorite. This is a Skyward Sword, which I just finished playing. I would have to say it would be Breath of the Wild and and Tears of the Kingdom. I would put both of them because they're both basically, it's like part 1, part 2, right? But it's one big full story. So you kind of like, you can't really like, you could say okay, Twilight Princess is better than Breath of the Wild, but because they did what Breath of the Wild did, but they just added more to it and they made it better, and then it looks better and all of that. But in reality,
I mean,
it's the same game. It's just with added everything else, make it better. How can you add and make it better? That's what they did. What were you gonna say?
We all agreed that the Breath of the Wild, the
Tears of the Kingdom
is basically a DLC for the Breath of the Wild. And they just
It's not a DLC. It's a continuation. It's a continuation to the story because it was that one story in Breath of the Wild, and then it led to this story, and it had to be its own. They were gonna do a DLC, but they had more to tell. Which this story is so big that the next game, which is coming on Friday, which is like it's like it's called Hyrule Warriors, but it's one of those Dynasty Warrior games, where you just have a whole bunch of people just going on your screen and you're killing. You ever play Dynasty Warriors?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's that. It's basically their version of Dynasty Warriors. But in this game, they're supposedly gonna do more than just a whole bunch of people, armies attacking you. They're gonna do way more than that. But my favorite genre of all time, my favorite, everything of all time. Like this is my thing. This is my jam. So I'm a little biased to the game too. I would have to say Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are the best games of this generation. Breath of the Wild being the best game of last generation, and Tears of the Kingdom being the best game of this generation. For me, and I don't see any game better. Not even, what was that? Baldur's Gate. Not even better than that game is not better than this game. Sorry. So you guys can say whatever you want. It's still won Game of the Year everywhere else besides Game Awards. What?
I agree.
Yes. Because Baldur's Gate, I don't know, man. Baldur's Gate, whatever. Yeah. I never played it. I don't play Dungeons and Dragon games. I don't play those games. But that's my number 1 franchise of all time. Let me know what you guys think in the bottom, the comments. Okay, let's go to V's last number one.
It's a coffee. Yeah, let me yap about it.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, here we go. Fucking oh, someone's about to get dunked on. This shit, yeah. Speaking of old games, well, how's this looking? Yes, this is the oldest, as old as they get. To be possible playable. This is basically like, oh well, not even original, but basically this is original. Your competitive fucking shooter game. It's a hardcore shooter, precision shooting, competitive team
That you
based
can't even play with a controller.
match. Yes, fuck your consoles. No one gives a shit about that at that time. We all know that you're just a bunch of pussies who cannot fucking play games. And this game is a proof of that. If you're good at this game, then you are just good at everything. Just good at life. You just
Just good in life.
Simple as that.
Shut
and
the
and this
hell
is
up.
how it was decided back. This is how it was decided back in the day. If you're good at this game, that's it. You're just a
You're
superior
good at
human
you're
being.
good at mowing the lawn. You're good at building a house.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
good at building a car. You're good at making a
Yes, if
plane.
yes,
Because
if you
you're
can
so good
figure
at
out how to be.
CS:GO that you're good at everything else.
Yes,
Yeah.
if you can figure out how to be best in this game, then there's nothing that fucking holds you
Yo.
down. You're a true Uber man, as one, as people who know the know. This is why Ralph 204 here is so scared of those games, because he is
I'm
not.
not scared of them.
Okay.
I get really frustrated with them because they don't
Yeah,
let
because
you
you're
breathe.
getting
I
your
don't see any
ass
fun
whooped.
aspect. Yeah, I'll get my ass whooped. Yeah, I do. But I don't see no
Yeah.
fun. I don't see no fun in these
Well,
games.
obviously.
Whatever.
Obviously, there is no fun when you get your ass handed, but when you are the
Yeah.
one who's getting, handling that ass, then it's quite fun, honestly. And let me tell you, I'm the fucking the ass hander fucking 2000, bro. I'm
Whatever.
the scariest guy. You fucking every time there's a song play. I haven't really caught this game at its peak. When there was, everyone was playing. I kind of was on the tail end of it, and even to this day, there's still strong communities of of this game
Oh, the first
being
one.
played, and this game. Yeah, well, of the one on the screen, it's a
Yeah, the first. That's
Counter
the first one,
Counter
right?
Strike 1. It's not a really first one because it's literally in the name. It's 1.6. It's a what fucking it's a
It's
sixth
not
version of a released version of Counter Strike 1, because it
okay.
started as basically as a mod to a Half-Life, which was then you know I guess Valve having invited the developer of the as they usually do, at least known back in the day, to do that, invite the people of the interesting ideas, try to develop them with them. This is why we have all those games basically that Valve have, except probably Half-Life, because it was made by the original Gabe Newell himself, and his team. All those games, Portal, Left 4 Dead, CS, whichever. Team Fortress was basically developed by some kind of outsider, who then was invited to Valve and then to develop the games fully. Dota 2, yes, Artifact.
Yeah.
But basically, yes, my point of this game is that this is it's really an argument, because some people say that Quake really is the quintessential FPS shooter. If you're talking about FPS games, it's either this game or it's Quake. Quake Arena, Quake 1,
Excuse
Quake
me.
2,
Excuse
whichever.
me. I will disagree with you on that one. I would say GoldenEye was the number one. All right, with the 4 players on the screen, 4 split screen. That was the number one, and then everybody else copied off of that. Okay. Now
Yeah,
go back where you
true.
were
It
saying.
might be. Yeah, it might have been original, but as we
The
know,
originator.
the first pancake is always a shit one, and this is the this
That's
is the
not true.
this game. this is
That's not
this
true.
is the
When you're
this
starving
is
and
the
the
game.
first pancake comes out, yo, you're gonna eat that shit so fast, bro.
No. Okay, well, the first pancake is the pancake that the chef gets. The second pancake is the pancake that you send to the fucking to the customer, and he takes the picture of it. And this is what this game is. This game is the second pancake. It was basically everything that a fucking FPS shooter was all about. Fucking hardcore, fucking precision shooting. It's all skill, right? All skill, no fucking thrills.
Yeah.
And if you're into that, if you're not a console player, if you're not a pussy like someone here, anyways. Yes, if you're real, if you're really a successful man in life, you play those games, and simply it's just a fact, and I played so many times, so many hours I spent playing those games, not only specifically this one, but there's also a newer version of this game which basically exactly the same thing, which just fancier, called CS, Source, and there's a CS:GO 2, CS2, whichever, after that. I'm not really a big fan of later versions except CS Source, because it's, as I said, it's exactly the same games, just on a newer engine.
Yeah.
But this is game is dear to my heart. I've been playing it. It's literally one of the first PC games that I ever played. My friend showed me on this PC. That he had that. Yo, check this game out, and I couldn't stop playing it. I'm still playing to this day. Because this game is a journey. I don't know how to explain it, but if you're really a man of a quality, and man of reason, you really try, playing this game, you're really catching that, passion of try to be better at it. You try to be constantly try to improve, how to shoot better, how to, get a
Yeah.
better position, and get a better basically of your opponent. It's killed or be killed. It's our primal nature as a human, human nature, human man nature, whatever instincts are working in this game. Basically, it's basically about who's killing who's first, and whoever's killing who's first,
So this only has
true
deathmatch.
winner. No, it's actually the quite opposite. The main selling point of this particular game was the 5v5, basically a competitive, standardized competitive, shooting.
Yeah,
How to say it,
but like deathmatch, right?
round base with objective.
Whoever kills the most
You know,
people wins, right?
you hear what I'm saying, Ralphie?
What?
Rafi? its
Right.
its main its main selling point was a 5v5 round based competitive matchmaking with objectives. The main objective, I guess, the most popular in this game, is to plant a bomb, basically.
Oh,
It's,
okay,
it's
okay.
incentivizing, compared to, right, deathmatch is just a deathmatch. You're killing who's getting more kills, everyone's spawning infinitely, just whoever is fucking killing for who's
The
food.
most, yeah.
But in this sense, right, in this sense, it's basically some kind of something to do, right? You're constantly talking about, hell divers, where there's, there's you need a game where there's something to do. Unless if there's nothing to do, then it's kind of just boring. And it's kind of this
Exactly.
is the most basic sense of that, of that idea, is that, well, there's two teams fighting, and what's the reason for them fighting? Well, because one team has to do something that the other team has to prevent them from doing, and it's simple as that. Simple
Okay.
conflict, just think of Israel and Gaza, and all of
Shut
that,
the fuck up.
and you will understand.
Shut up. All right. So
Speaking of
that's
modern days,
that's V's number one,
yeah.
and going off of, because this video is way too long than it needed to be, but going off of that, our next video is actually, tune in for that one. We're gonna be talking about genres like PvP, PvE, co-op, solo, all of that. So and it begs the question of why do we keep playing these games, and especially like these tactical shooters that have those PvE extraction, all that stuff. So that's pretty much a little glance of our next video that we will be talking about. So tune in for that. Yeah, this is V's number one game, and my number one game is Zelda. Would you ever wear a shirt that says CS:GO? V?
Well, there's like symbols, whatever, headshot symbol,
Yeah.
maybe.
Because I would wear a
But
Zelda shirt. I would wear a Zelda hat.
yeah, and you do.
And I do.
Not only you would, you actually do it, and this is the difference kind of between you and me, like that. We just built. I'm just built different. What can I say?
Yeah, built different. Yeah, built different. So yeah. So guys, thank you for tuning in. If you stayed this long in this video, I understand if you come back yeah, and then watch the rest of it later on. This is basically a movie. This is pretty much our longest video. we just had a lot to say about these our top games, and we're gamers.
Yeah, and
and
this guy wanted to do top 10 also. There, mind you.
I wanted to
Only
do
on
top 10,
5.
but I wanted to do top 10 rapidly. But
Right.
but you made a good point when you said let's just do top 5. Yeah. Yeah, I'll try to put we'll try our best to put all these games and all these videos in the description below. I'll put them all down there. You guys can check it out for yourself. Let us know what you think. What's your favorite? I never got the motorcycle, man.
Urban console game.
I never got the motorcycle. Let us know what's your favorite down below. Give us your top 5 down there as well. Comment, subscribe, share this video, guys. Thanks for everybody that's been supporting us and giving us a thumbs up and sharing the video. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're gonna keep it going with some interesting topics where V gets very political on all his games.
Hey, don't worry about me.
But yeah, thanks guys for coming. This is Raf 204 with
Political V.
and we are out of here. Peace.